Hello, salutations. What it do? It's Dr. Gamer, All Father, Do-Rag Gang. You know the vibes. Like and subscribe. Let's get it. It is once again that time of the week, and we got a special Spider-Man trailer to show you guys. Let me just set up the audio real quick. Let's watch it together. All right, guys, excited? All right, let's see what they talk about. Hold up. Something's broken. Hold up. I don't know why, but this is muted. I don't know who did that. Wasn't that me? All right, let's try this again.
Please help us!
Got us alive!
Uh-oh.
Let's see. Dozen of them, one of me. What's that? Someone there? Just another day being Spider-Man.
Oh, shit.
Nice try! Come over here! Really use some cover! Heads up! Whoa! Holy fire!
Captain America.
You guys look great. I'm just saying. You look great.
Looks like I got some friends too. Avengers, assemble. Bad guy, scattered.
Couldn't have put it better myself, buddy.
Okay.
What can you see? Keep moving, guys. Keep moving. Come on, let's go. This way.
Kamala, put her there. Spider-Man. Spider-Man. We'll keep working on it, bud.
Okay. That's pretty lit. Pretty lit. Suit looks real good. I couldn't tell who the voice actor was. But a really cool looking trailer. I like it. It's basically similar to the cinematic trailer that we got for Black Panther, except of course, this is a very much AIM-centered story and not a original story in a whole new biome, but look cool. We can assume obviously he has a spider sense. No actual gameplay, of course. Hopefully he can actually web swing like he did in the trailer. Didn't sound like Yuri to me though. can't actually tell who it was. Can run it back for those that are just coming in. Who cares if it don't sound like Tom Holland? Yeah, I agree. I don't know. Yeah,
Please help us.
like if it was Yuri, that'd be pretty cool. But who cares if it's not Tom Holland?
Let's see. Dozen of them, one of me.
What's that? Someone there?
Just another day being Spider-Man. Nice try. Come over here. Really use some cover.
Heads up!
Whoa! Friendly fire. That was close.
Xbox isn't salty. Oh, I assure you, Xbox is definitely salty. I've seen it.
Looks like I got some friends too.
I've seen it firsthand.
Avengers, assemble.
That is a nice. That's going to be a nice screenshot.
Couldn't have put it better myself, buddy.
What can you see? Keep moving, guys. Keep moving. Come on, let's go. This way.
It looked like he was sky swinging, doesn't it?
Put it there.
Doesn't it look like he's sky swinging?
Man. Spider-Man.
Kind of look like he's sky swinging. You're disappointed that Xbox fans are trashing Square and Sony for making this an exclusive instead of demanding Microsoft do better. I mean, that's kind of a silly take. It's not Microsoft's fault that Sony decided that they wanted to hog Spider-Man. And it's definitely not their fault that Square Enix decided that it would be a good idea to have an exclusive DLC character in a multi-platform video game in 2020. Like, come on. Spidey and Kamala fist bump get you excited. All right. Yeah. It's the nature of things. Sony and Microsoft are competitors. That's just how it is. And we, as the consumers, are stuck in the middle. There's nothing really we can do about it. You can buy a PlayStation, you can buy an Xbox, you can have both, but exclusivity is going to be a thing. Microsoft owns Bethesda. That's what it is. A bunch of Marvel games are being developed for PlayStation exclusively. That's the way it is. John didn't like the trailer. What didn't you like about the trailer? I want to see some gameplay. So Friday's dev stream sounds like we're just getting the skins. But I would expect gameplay to be pretty soon, since we're close to launch.
Please help us.
What's up, Peter? I like it. It's a solid trailer.
Let's see. Dozen of them, one of me.
Doesn't fill me with a ton of excitement about Spider-Man's campaign.
Someone there?
Just another day being Spider-Man.
I feel like it's basically going to be the same aim missions we've been doing,
Nice try.
with Spider-Man thrown in there. But the suit looks awesome. They got the Spidey personality. Just got to see the gameplay.
Really use some cover.
Heads up!
slow in the trailer.
That was close.
You guys look great. I'm just saying. You look great.
Looks like I got some friends too. Avengers, assemble. Bad guy, scatter.
Black Panther looked pretty slow in his trailer too.
Better myself, buddy.
Relative to how,
Come on, let's go.
you know, he
This
fights
way.
in the actual game.
Come on, put her there.
I will say,
Spider-Man.
I will say it definitely feels like they started working on this trailer pretty recently. But I like it. I like the look of them. I'm waiting to see the actual gameplay. Like when they were rolling out the Black Panther trailers, I was just like, okay, cool. Black Panther looks aesthetically really good. Okay, cool. And based on the trailer, we can get an idea of what his campaign is going to be like. That's what I'm looking at here. I'm not worried about Spider-Man's speed or whatever because it's a cinematic trailer. But definitely does not fill me with a bunch of excitement for the campaign. But the character itself, from what I'm looking at, it's like, okay, the costume looks good. The voice actor sounds pretty good. They got his quippiness down. He's going to have spider sense, of course. Cool. But the campaign looks like it's going to be just like we got in the synopsis, pretty much the exact same aim robots, no new enemies from what I can tell. All right, so that is the Spider-Man trailer. We looked at it a couple times. All right. Now we can check out this marketplace. See what it do. So overall, what did the chat think of the Spider-Man trailer? Put your ones in the chat if it was a dub, twos in the chat if it was an L. 1 for a dub, 2 for the L. If you're a member, just put your Spider-Man emotes in the chat if you liked it. There we go. A lot of... so overall, we got a dub. Okay. Overall, you guys thought it was a dub. All right. Not mad at that at all. Yeah. I thought it was fine. Not the best trailer they put together for a character, but for an introductory trailer for Spider-Man, it's pretty solid. They got the job done. Thank you, Tara Shamraz, for the sub. Welcome to Durag Gang. Getting us one step closer to 8,000 subs. Thank you, Jedi Assassin. Thank you. Welcome to Durag Gang. Kratos, Spider-Man is coming. We are aware. What's in the marketplace? Glad you asked, Aqua. That's what I'm trying to find out. Looks like new takedowns. And the rest of the morning workout outfits. Got a new Miss Marvel takedown. More wrestling moves. Got a Black Panther powerbomb. Think that one's old. Don't underestimate the Shield. New Captain America. Oh, looks like it had some frame issues already. Is this a new Widow takedown? Just showing off. Cool. Arden, thank you for the sub. Welcome to Durag Gang. These are the rest of the workout outfits that they introduced last week, I believe. This is Hawks. Kate Bishop's. The morning workout Captain America. Ooh, they're consistently giving him the new shield to match his outfits. Nice. I think Cap's is the best one I've seen so far. Kamala's fine. And they went with Old Man Hawkeye. Interesting. And they changed the arrows. Nice touch. All right, that's the morning outfit set. Any free bundles for me today? Nope. What's up, Nurk? How you doing? Kind of looked like gameplay. You talk about the Spider-Man? It definitely wasn't.
Screw the rules, I have money.
Thank you, now for the sub. The voice actors, thank you for the 199. Said the voice actor is Chris Pratt. Imagine. That would be funny. Consumables still not for sale. Good. Artificial genius. So no new outfits. Other than that, all right. What's going on, Kevin? You're glad Spider-Man is here? Yeah, I'm glad we're finally getting Spidey after all this time. So people that were asking for him constantly finally can rest a little bit. We don't know officially who the voice actor for Spider-Man is in this game, but from the trailer, it did not really sound like Yuri to me. But we got a couple weeks left. I'm assuming they're going to bring on the voice actors at some point. They usually talk about the voice actors, so maybe they'll do it for a stream. We'll have to see. The trailer fell flat, in your opinion. I think everyone's being real. Everyone's expressing their opinion. Everyone's opinions aren't going to line up, which is perfectly fine. Will I be sharing a video on each raid build? I don't know about that. We'll see how many people respond well. I'll do one of the raid builds and see what the critical response is. If you guys like it, if you guys smash up the like button and everything, I can do more raid builds. Oh yeah, before I get into this, let's see if the blog is doing anything right now. We got any new news? Ooh, we got 400 people watching right now. Appreciate y'all. Make sure you spam that like button for me. Subscribe if you're new. All right, let me go on the official website, see if they have any extra Spider-Man details or something. For this weekly blog. Okay, welcome to the weekly blog, blah, blah, blah. We heard you like war tables. Mark your calendars for November 29th for the premiere of the next Marvel's Avengers war table with everything you need to know about Spider-Man and the Claw Raid. So that's Monday, because the 30th is when the DLC drops, and that's a Tuesday. So Monday is the war table for Spider-Man. All right. We also heard you want to see more Spider-Man. Tune in to tomorrow's November 12th stream at 2 p.m. PT on our Crystal Dynamics Twitch channel, where we'll show off some of his outfits. Thank you to Toothless Truth for the sub. Welcome to Durag Gang. And C Paul 2 TV, appreciate you. Also, double XP weekend from now until the 14th. Perfect time to level your heroes in preparation for the Claw Raid. All right. As you know from our roadmap update, the Spider-Man with Great Power Hero event comes to PlayStation players with patch 2.2 on November 30th. So what is a hero event and how does it differ from an operation? Great question. The overarching difference is scale, which impacts the way the story is told. The hero event doesn't come with a story campaign in the way an operation does. The Spider-Man hero event narrative is told through a combination of cutscenes, dialogue, and a chain of documents. Yeesh. There are objectives for his story that unlock these documents as they are completed, which unfolds his narrative arc and gradually reveals his journey in our original Avengers world. As a result, Spider-Man will already be unlocked for existing missions rather than having to recruit him as a playable hero during his story via story missions. Interesting. That is interesting. So there's an argument that I agree with, that rather than have every hero come to the game with this whole huge, campaign, they should, drop heroes more quickly. But I think that should apply to smaller heroes. I feel like Spider-Man definitely deserved an operation, especially since they've been working on him for so long. So it might not be possible, regardless of the scale at this point, for them to put out heroes quickly. Like, I feel like an event, like a hero event, would make sense for She-Hulk. Someone on that level, make the character immediately playable, a few cutscenes, some dialogue, some documents to, catch up everything. And then, so you can focus on villain sectors and everything like that. But for Spider-Man, it sounds basically like the Red Room takeover, but with documents and some extra cutscenes. But I do like the fact that you'll be able to just immediately have access to Spider-Man, but it's a bit disappointing that after, they announced him last summer. So they've been working on this character for over a year and he's not even getting an operation. That's strange to me. So we can probably assume then that he's not going to have any villains. It's literally just going to be AIM, pretty much normal missions, it sounds like. If this was, I'd be perfectly fine with this if this was the plan for She-Hulk or Falcon or, something or Quake, you know, a smaller time hero. But for Spider-Man, feels like a missed opportunity. See, development updates. Tachyon Surge. We heard your feedback regarding the change to this perk and wanted to share some more information regarding it. The term status damage, I already feel like this is about to be bad. The term status damage is intended to reference the amount of status buildup that an attack would inflict when dealing damage to a target, not the actual damage dealt. Wait, what? The term status damage is meant to reference the status buildup. That's not true. That's not true at all. Are they reinventing what status damage means to make up for the fact that Tachyon Surge now just builds up your status slightly faster than before? Because this is cap. What's going on, Real Gangster? Shortly after the Tachyon Surge perk was released, we identified an issue where it was applying a 20-second buff that gave both a 50% bonus to status buildup and 50% increased damage. This made it overpowered when compared to things like heroic buff skills and other gear perks, so he took steps to fix that error. We recognize that the existing issue in our solution wasn't communicated clearly, and that many players who spent time grinding to get this gear because of its effect were disappointed in the change and lack of communication surrounding it. To help alleviate some of this frustration, we are bringing back the damage buff in patch 2.2 on November 30th, but reducing the overall buff duration to 10 seconds. The shorter duration will help reduce the frequency of the buff being active, and for most of a combat encounter, the shorter duration will help reduce the frequency of the buff being active for most of the combat encounter, while still being extremely strong perk worthy to grind for. Going forward, we will ensure that any major perk changes are communicated clearly in our patch notes. I wish they would have said this before the Tachyon event ended. The event that was giving out Tachyon Surge gear ended. now, so I was going to farm. The reason I didn't farm that event for a Tachyon Surge is because the perk was broken. And now they're bringing the buff back after everyone already, after the event's already over. That's weird. That's so weird. Okay, so basically the Tachyon Surge perk was incredibly powerful, and they nerfed it because without telling anybody after a year. But they didn't nerf it correctly. So instead of increasing damage, all it did was build up status. So as a result of the feedback that they got, they are, when the patch drops on the 30th, they're basically restoring the perk, the Tachyon Surge perk. They're bringing it back to what it was. They're just decreasing the duration of the damage buff. So the damage buff won't last as long as it did before, but you'll still get the increased damage. I still never got a god roll Grips of the Storm. So I didn't even dismantle it. All my Grips of the Storms are just trash rolls. All right, so that's it. So War Table for Spider-Man is on November 29th. The Tachyon Surge is coming back on the 30th. The dev stream tomorrow will show up some Spider-Man outfits. I'll be streaming that. Cool. Lots to talk about. Lots of stuff going on. Yeah, do I have it with Thor? I feel like I have it with Thor. All right, oh yeah, before I get into it, let's start building up a strike team for today. You guys know the vibes. PlayStation players only, unfortunately, because there's no crossplay. Hit me with your PSN. If you're new, that is my PSN. Why should you buy this game? Why should you buy this game? Marvel Future Up. What? Why should you buy this game instead of? Are you saying why should you buy this instead of Future Revolution? You can do whatever you want. Who cares? They're both Marvel games. I personally wouldn't play Future Revolution because it's pay to win garbage. But whatever your preference. What's up, Joey? Doing good? Aqua, got you. Doing good. How are you, my friend? What computer did I use? I use a 2019 MacBook Pro. Is there a way to change characters at the War for Wakanda hub without going to the war table? Yeah, there is a terminal where you can change characters. See, Xavier. Your boy. Flames, Sino, trailers out. Yep, we watched it about, what, 4 times? Most of the chat thought it was a dub. A few were disappointed. The Discord is having an argument, of course. Of course. Don't worry, I'm sure the mods will come in to quiet it down. Got some friend requests here. Hold on. All right. So this one's for Craig. So war tables in here. But if you don't want to go to the war table, the hero terminals are here. Do I still have a Grips of the Storm? Which Grips of the Storms do I have for Thor? Hope this is fixed in the patch as well. This inventory. All right, John, appreciate you. You swear you can't find any good pieces with Sonic on them? What are you looking for? Do I think they'll ever add Daredevil? No. Yeah, this is the closest to a decent roll of Grips of the Storm that I have, but they gave me a depth buff instead of targeted buff, which is infuriating. All right, everyone's in. And in case you're wondering, you can access this room from here. This is what it looks like. The room that takes you to the hero terminals. What's the marketplace saying? Marketplace is saying they need some more stuff. Marketplace is light. Bang out these villain sectors. When will the marketplace's price change? They already changed. They implemented a permanent discount to all the skins. Skins are now, I believe the exotic skins are still the same price, 1,400 credits. But now legendaries are only 900, and I think was the legendaries are 9, epics are 7, and rares are 5. I think that's how it goes. Do I know anyone with a perfect god roll grips of the storm? I sure do, Busy. And he makes me very angry. He's one of the channel members. He showed it off in the Discord. I was very not happy. You're welcome, Craig. You're looking for good Iron Man pieces for a laser? I found a bunch. You just gotta keep farming. Dolo, you want to play next? You're gonna have to take them out before you can enter the facility. Farming gear is pretty bad. Hopefully it changes. I'm not expecting it to change that much because they're still not adding any kind of reroll or recalibration. So it's mainly going to be the same garbage farming, but hopefully the raid is better. Yeah, get him out of here. Don't run. All right. Got 2 more requests. What's going on, Rashad? Next run's going to be first come, first serve. When I say it's time to load up, be ready with your PSN.
There's a security chief up ahead who has the information for the facility. You know what to do. There they are.
Get out the way. Gotta get vibranium on all your characters now. Vibranium and
Screw the
Sonic.
rules, I have money.
Thank you, Cred, for the 5. Appreciate you, my friend. There he is. All right, I got my North Stone. Cool. Let's go beat up Taskmaster. Craig is the man. No lies are told. Spider-Man is going to cost free. Correct. All DLCs currently are free.
Using his credentials,
Craig is goated. Craig is indeed goated.
and we have located the clone on the top floor. Watch out. I think it might be expecting you.
You're sitting in the building. You know Taskmaster is your favorite. Do I like Spidey's suit? Yeah.
So good of you.
Looks clean.
Shame you won't be around long.
Glad we're on the same page about your chances.
Hope you're in the mood for a fight. Let's do this by the book.
Oh, I got the T-pose glitch. There we go.
You never learn, Masters.
Ooh, a burn and a pun. Screw
Got him.
free. I want you to be the one I relentlessly annoy by not.
It's your favorite base suit in the game? Yeah. To be fair, not a lot of competition for best base suit in the game. Black Panthers is great. Spider-Man's is great. Everyone else is trash except Black Widow. DFC Dante, thank you for the sub. Welcome to Do Right Game.
If we get any more sightings of AIM clones, we'll be back in touch.
Does anyone know if he'll have a challenge card? You mean? Yeah, every new character gets a challenge card. Who was the other victim? Maestro. Thor's base suit isn't bad. I don't like 90% of Thor's outfits. I also don't like the Thor model either all that much. I appreciate you, my guy. I'm not a god, I'm just a man. You hated Kate's base suit. So am I. Even Miss Marvel's. I don't like any of Miss Marvel's skins except for like a handful. Thor got Wrangler jeans on under his armor. But if you look at Thor's outfits, bro, they are not it. That's why I only wear the MCU one. Before the MCU one, I was basically rocking Unworthy and the Young Thor. Those are the only outfits from Thor I mess with.
Look, I know it's risky, but it'll advance her research a lot. So we're doing it. For science.
Knowing the truth on why it took so long for Spider to come out.
Another successful jump to the future.
What do you mean the truth?
Gamma sample.
I know why they didn't release it a few months ago, but it's unclear why it's taken them over a year if he's not even getting an operation.
We're around the same time and location as we found my stick.
Do I know any good comics with Thor in them?
Complete match. So, expect the unexpected.
Not off the top of my head. My dad gave me a bunch of Thor comics before. He's a fan of older Thor. He doesn't like any of the modern takes on Thor. But I stopped reading comics a while ago. I read manga now. Why is my game so fast? Because I'm on a PS5 playing in performance mode. Everything clean. Love that frame rate. Worth the price. What did I think of the trailer? I thought it was solid. Disappointed that it's not a real operation and we're basically just fighting AIM. But costume looked good. Voice acting was good. I like the dialogue, so just got to see what the combat looked like. The frame's looking good. Not gonna lie, yes sir. Comics definitely aren't for everybody, for sure.
And it was going so well for you.
Got a massive tachyon storm coming. This one's looking lethal. Get to cover, quickly.
The game has like a colorful tint filter to it. Let me check on there. Little sir. Trying to adjust.
These tachyon storms are way worse in the future. Let's hope it never comes to this.
$999,000 credits. That is me. What melee piece do I have for Iron Man? I've got intrinsic burst and signature attacks do vibranium. I have an Iron Man build video. Yep, it's on my channel. Oh, that's right. I'm running. Let's see. I have yeah. All I have right now is a laser Iron Man. I didn't do one for the rocket. 990k units. I have 999,000 units. What happened to the mod of Thunder? Tyversal has quit Avengers for the time being. I'm sure he'll be back for the DLC. We got takedowns in the marketplace for $6. Yep, still not buying them.
Just got off the phone with Maddie, who is
Yeah, right now I am all maxed out on my units. I'll have plenty to spend on the shipments. Yeah, this is one of my raid Iron Man builds. I've been playing lasers, but I just put together this rocket one as an alternative. Maybe I'll make a build video on some of these. But time to refill the strike team. Who's trying to hop on? Drop them PSNs. J Shock Blast, what it do? Tyler says Spooderman. You don't see any Spooderman? Well, maybe you should show up on time, sir. Trailer dropped at noon. Where have you been, Mr. Shock Blast? And that's Spooderman with a hyphen. Sir. First come, first serve. Drop those PSNs or I cannot add you. And make sure you are online. J Shock Blast. I'm sure you enjoyed it. Probably saw it early as a member of the Illuminati. For those that are new, never message me on PlayStation to get on the strike team. Use the chat. See D Smooth 15. King DZ. And we'll do one more. IGN had the exclusive. Yeah, but come on, Jay. You're Jay Shock Blast. IGN had the exclusive, but I know you got some juice. I know you got a little early access sneak peek. Baba. Imagine if Jay had the exclusive, right? Premiering on Jay Shock Blast's YouTube channel. Imagine. What do you think will come first? New iconic mission / biomes or new outpost? Definitely new iconic mission / biomes. I don't think there's going to be a new outpost until Captain Marvel drops. Yeah, I always mute my my PlayStation 5 mic on my controller. When I use my headset, it has a really good mic attached to it. Yeah, I messed around and ended up making raid builds for like every character. What's the priority mission this week? There you go, Our Town. Yeah, I need some exotics. I need a particular exotic for Kamala. Thinking about using her in the raid. Just to switch things up. Do I think patrol mode is coming? One of the devs confirmed that patrol mode is still coming. It's just not coming out until like next year, probably next year at some point. No idea when, but it has not been canceled yet. Hawkeye and Kate winning. 3, yeah. Yeah, I'm not expecting new outposts for She-Hulk and Bucky or biomes. I'm just not seeing it with them, but definitely with Captain Marvel. You're gonna go with the superior character for the Claw raid. I think my first character for the raid is going to be Hawkeye. Most likely. Maybe Thor. We'll have to see. But that's pretty much going to be it. I would love to do Spider-Man, but I'm not sure if I'll be able to max Spider-Man out and find gear good enough to run a raid in the same day. Soul Jenkins, thank you for the sub. Welcome to Do-Rag Gang. Slam Barrison PK, thank you for the sub. Welcome to Do-Rag Gang. Game's already lacking content. Let's split the player base even more. To be fair, the damage to the player base has already been done. This was announced last summer. There was really no getting around that. You glitched out. If only there was join in progress. That would be super helpful. This is what I'm worried about for the raid. Like, if the raid is as long as they're saying it's going to be, if you crash, that's it. Especially if you crash in the middle, like all that time is down the drain. Like you wasted your time if you crashed. Your teammates are just going to be down somebody. Rather not have him at all versus him being exclusive. I definitely get it. I think it remains to be seen how much damage the Spider-Man exclusive is going to do. Like, I just thought it was a weird decision to basically decide that they're going to make this game on all available platforms only to then abruptly diss all of the other platforms except for PlayStation. It didn't really make sense to me. If they wanted this to be a PlayStation game from the start, they could have just made it PlayStation exclusive. Why build the game on Stadia, Xbox, and PC only to turn around and start offering exclusive to PlayStation? I never got that. Want me to play Black Panther? I have not changed my Black Panther build in months. Black Panther was already raid ready because I was naturally in Wakanda the whole time when I was playing Black Panther. So I already had gear. so it's pretty much the same. But I've run through different characters.
There is a chest with gear close by.
Did the others get their own exclusives? Nope. Only PlayStation has been getting exclusives. But they've said that they're not going to have any more exclusive characters. Spider-Man is the last one. You have a PS5, so you're good. You are. If you have a PS5, you are more than good. You just love having a glance at Sony's earnings. I'm sure they're disgustingly high. They think they should have gave them another hero. In Biggin. I think they shouldn't have done it in the first place, but once they committed, I mean, there was really no going back. The next best thing they could have done is try to release 2 heroes at the same time. But they obviously don't have the resources to do that, so best they can do is release the raid. Don't worry, Xbox players. You'll get She-Hulk in no time. What if he's exclusive? What if he's a timed exclusive? Yeah, that's the other thing people were wondering, but it sounds like he's just going to be a permanent exclusive. I mean, damage is done. Nothing can be done about it. Sony made their choice. It's a competition. Microsoft bought Bethesda. Sony is hogging Spider-Man. It is what it is. They're two very large corporations competing for the share of the player base.
The shutdown protocol is progressive. That helps, thank you. I'm inside a new security system.
PS5 is the best platform anyway. I cannot disagree with that. There's supposed to be someone at each of these platforms. All right, I'll get this one. Get him out of here.
Beginning infiltration.
This plan they can do is called pay money to get him. Well, we don't know the particulars. Maybe they can't. Or maybe there's no real incentive for them.
AIM has initiated their shutdown protocol.
We don't know how much. We don't know how much PlayStation spent to get Spider-Man, but at the time it made sense for their perspective. Marvel's Avengers hadn't come out yet. There was a lot of hype. The PS5s were about to come out. They were trying to get new customers. So being able to announce Spider-Man as an exclusive made sense from a business perspective at that time. Currently for Xbox, I don't really see the upside. Why would Microsoft spend millions of dollars or however much it's going to cost to allow Xbox players to have access to Marvel's Avengers, to have access to Spider-Man? I'm not really seeing the upside for them. Yeah, it'll make the Xbox players that haven't quit Marvel's Avengers yet happy, but I mean, who cares? From their perspective, who cares? Are they going to make that much in sales at this point? Like, the hype for Avengers isn't nearly what it used to be. What's up, James? What's new this week? New Spider-Man trailer, obviously, dropped on IGN earlier. The Spider-Man War Table is going to be on the 29th, the day before the DLC comes out. Spider-Man is going to be available as soon as you load onto the game, because he is getting in his event is not in operation. It sounds like it's just going to be some regular AIM missions, but there's going to be some cutscenes and documents that tell the story. And they're rolling back the Tachyon Surge nerf. The only thing they're going to do is shorten the duration to 10 seconds for the damage buff instead of 20. Thank you, Senpai Kelso, for the sub. Welcome to Durag Gang.
Stay focused on completing the mission. We're monitoring you from here.
Mm-mm-mm.
You'll be the first wave. My agents will follow and secure the base as you make your way through.
Am I playing the OT today? Sure. Got to get my polychloron back to 999. Win a game with a speedster. Same.
We'll need to hit the security checkpoint first and clear it out. Once you strike, you'll have to move fast. Their alarm system will bring everyone.
Nah, I think people are entitled to be annoyed about exclusives. I don't think the solution is to just spend more money that you might not have on another platform. Yeah, I think in this particular instance, exclusivity is just, in the case of Marvel's Avengers for Spider-Man, was just anti-consumer. Like, if you're mad that Spider-Man PS4 and Spider-Man 2 and Miles Morales are on PlayStation, then yeah, get over it. But Spider-Man being an exclusive in a game that's available on all platforms, yeah, that's dumb. So people have every right to be upset about that because it was a really dumb anti-consumer move. Especially the timing of it, of the announcement. Xbox and PC players were already pre-ordered the game. And then you say, oh, by the way, Spider-Man is coming, but only PlayStation gets them. Like, come on, bro. That's dumb. I don't like that they did that at all. And I don't think it helped them a lot from a business perspective either. It helped. I'm sure Sony made out well, but I think it contributed to Marvel's Avengers underselling Square Enix's expectations. You could care less. Yeah, but the problem with that kind of thinking is that the problem with Avengers consistently has been that just being able to run around as a new hero isn't enough. It's never been enough. Like, at least with the Black Panther operation, you have to run around a new biome and get 2 hours of story. You're not even going to get, and even then, people just left the game after they were done because there was nothing else to do. Spider-Man sounds like it's going to be even less content-wise. So yeah, it's not good enough that you get to play the character. You know, who cares? That's going to get people. It's been shown that no matter how cool the character, people are going to get bored if there's nothing to do with the character. That's why I thought they would have, you know, villain sector or something. They got to start adding more content. There's just not enough to do in the game. Hopefully the raid scratches that itch. But there's just consistently not been enough. Black Panther was great. You know, he's very fun. He was the campaign was fun. But it didn't feel like an expansion. It just felt like another DLC operation. Because there was nothing to it. No new game modes. No villain sectors. There was nothing to do after you were done the campaign. Unless you felt like leveling Black Panther up, running the same missions you've been doing. Knows you that people come when new heroes show up, then leave again. I mean, that's Crystal Dynamics' fault. If they had something to do, they would stick around. I wish that when new heroes dropped, they dropped with stuff to do. The hope is that the new content will start coming out more next year. I guess assuming that they're not working from home or more resources are freed up for other stuff. I don't know, it's just weird. You going for the Omega Arrow? I'm sure you'll get it, James. You get everything. You get everything you want. Or everything that I want. It's weird. I've been hearing behind the scenes that part of the reason why stuff wasn't coming out wasn't just the work from home stuff. It was the fact that they were spending a lot of resources trying to get Spider-Man and War for Wakanda out on time. And now, after playing War for Wakanda and after seeing the description of what the Spider-Man event's going to be, I have to wonder, did they really put, like, I gotta understand Black Panther because they built a whole new biome to some degree, but really, Spider-Man? I mean, it feels light. Does not feel like it really adds up that they were so negatively. Someone's doing the pounce. Please don't pounce with Black Panther. It's very annoying to everyone else.
Once Taskmaster's mercs are gone, they'll force a retreat. All hostiles accounted for. Base secure. Nice work, everyone.
It's like, did it really need to take this long to put out Spider-Man if this is all we're getting?
Back, Fury.
You think a few trucks will help you?
It's weird. So I think it's more to the fact that they just don't have the staff at this point. You got a bunch of Crystal Dynamics moving on to other projects. And it just feels like Avengers just isn't a priority anymore for the studio.
Thank you.
And they're just going to be limited going forward. All right, you know, it's that time again. New strike team. You know the drill. First come, first serve. Drop those PSNs. Cosmic Black Panther piece. You can get that by opening chests, DNA chests, running the Omega level threat. Got Stern Basic, Vamp Life, Baba, already got you. Hold up, it's glitching right now. One Take Vlogs, thank you for the sub. Welcome to the Durag Gang. All right, Vamp Life, Stern Basic, Vamp Life, Solo Goat. You trying to run the OLT, James? Not quite yet. I'll get to there. I'll put the OLT squad together. All right, there we go. Avengers, never a moment without a glitch. Vamp. Stern. X Elu. I'll do the OLT after this run. It's a special day if James is coming out of Marvel's Avengers retirement. Probably do a reactive buff, but do I need the reactive buff? Nah, I'll stick with the status damage. Going on Cloud. People gonna be everywhere if they're targeted buff Sonic web slingers come the 30th. If I can find that, so I gotta get, if I can get a Spider-Man two good pieces for the melee and range slot from Wakanda, then I might be able to run him in the raid. See how good have to see how good he actually is in the game. But I might be able to swing it. Unintended. This will knock out Monica. Yeah, James fully reinstalled. Tyversal, not so much. You said they didn't have a story for Spider-Man because they can't have it just on. That's not true though. They do have a story for Spider-Man. They just don't have an operation for Spider-Man. They still have a story. It's just less content. There's no new biome, no new enemy types. Feels like they just didn't have the resources to do anything beyond what we're getting. You reinstall 3 days before the 30th. All right. Sorry, video wanted to try to get your missing Kate skins. Oh yeah, speaking of Kate skins, that Hawkeye event should. I wonder when that Hawkeye event is. Are they going to have the event when the Disney Plus show comes out? Because there's some Hawkeye MCU suits that's supposed to come out for Kate, I'm assuming. I imagine on the 30th they accidentally put out Spider-Man on Xbox PC. Even for Crystal Dynamics, that would be impossible. Sub James. Say my theme song for the chat. What you talk about, Willis? It sucks we ain't lucky to get Kraken the Hunter. Oh, that's a new one. That'd be a fun Spider-Man villain. A Kraken instead of a Kraven. Maybe Kraven did some experiments with a octopus and was turned into a Kraken. That'd be a pretty fun storyline. Cloud 10 reinstalled. Nice. There's nothing new in the game itself. All the new stuff is coming later in the month. Yeah, everything new in Avengers right now is not stuff you can actually play. You know, new Spider-Man trailer, Spider-Man skins being revealed tomorrow, Spider-Man War Table on the 29th. No, I'm telling you, it's definitely not possible.
Secure that super weapon at all costs.
From a technical standpoint, it would not be possible for them to port a PC and Xbox version of Marvel's Avengers with Spider-Man on it.
Okay, that looks bad.
Hey, buddy, you got another one of those fancy explanations?
Anyone else doing the Eunice glitch? Yeah. A lot of people are enjoying the video that I posted, showing them how to get some extra units. So when the shipments come out on the 30th, people that are following the channel are going to have no problems getting whatever skins they want out of those shipments. Two, three, he's out of here. As an IT person, you could say that is correct. Yeah. I'm not an IT expert like James, but even I know it would literally be impossible for them to put out a build of the game with Spider-Man on it for other consoles. It's just literally not happening. You got the 200. You got the 250K. Said forget it. Yeah, James a grown man. He got a family and responsibilities. He ain't got time to be pressing the touchpad over and over again. I just doing YouTube. I was watching some podcasts. I was just chilling, doing the unit farm.
Avengers. Always a thorn in my side.
Monica, you're on the wrong side of history.
Did they say how often shipments would be available? Not yet. They have not released any new information. They're supposed to be doing a whole blog breaking down exactly what that whole update for the cosmetic rework is going to be.
I do not like the sound of that.
Should be out before the 30th. You're watching Doom's podcast or doing the cheese? Facts. Yeah, we're supposed to do, speaking of Doom's podcast, we're supposed to be doing another roundtable. It's going to be on the 27th. So the 27th, feel free to come through Doom Killer HD's channel. It's going to be pretty much everybody. It's going to be me, Doom, Lejeune, J Shock Blast, High Ruler, Light Stardust. Pretty much a who's who of Marvel's Avengers content creators. I think the only one that's not going to, I think the only big creator that's not going to be there is Tony. Tony. Everybody's going to be on the round table, so we're just going to be talking about talking about the game, what we know up to that point. Should be a lot of fun. The first roundtable was pretty spicy. A lot of people loved it. So if you enjoyed the last roundtable or you haven't seen it yet, definitely check it out. Should be on still on Doom's channel, and definitely come through on the 27th. Thor's new takedowns, a copy and paste you pretty much have to pay for. That sounds on brand. Yeah, honestly, I'm not messing with takedowns until they lower the prices. Well, hopefully, I think they're supposed to come in shipments, so if they put the takedowns in shipments, then there's really no point in buying them right now. Even if you're cool with buying takedowns, I would wait on it for now. Because if they're putting the takedowns in shipments, then you can literally just wait until the 30th and start picking up takedowns. And it'll only cost you units instead of real money. At least for now. Because I feel like they're definitely about to... I feel like at some point they're going to be like, oh, we know units are you know, free, but if you want to, you know, get some more shipments, then you can buy a unit pack. Hold up, what's up with my screen? $20 for unit packs. Don't be surprised. I'm calling it right now. $20 unit packs. So if you haven't already, check out my channel, start doing the farm. Get your units up so you don't have to spend real money. TJ going to defend it till the day he dies. Shots have been fired. That was to release their Black Panther builds. I saw them, I think, yesterday. I was reading them. They did not go over well in the Discord. I think Brian might have had the best build out of all of them, but they were not great builds by any stretch of the imagination. But I like the effort. We always get new players coming in, and they're new to building. They have no idea, you know, how to approach the gear system, what they should be doing. Then you have people complaining that characters aren't strong enough, and then you ask them, you know, how did they build their character? You find out that they don't know anything about, you know, builds or anything. They're low level, so definitely a good thing that they're trying to provide more guidance for new players. But they gotta do a better job promoting them too. Adam Smith, what units? Units, you know, There are only two currencies in the game: units and credits. Credits you spend money on. They're for the marketplace. Units are going to be for the new cosmetic update, and you can farm them in game. Raid will be done at 20 megs max with these builds we got. I don't know about that, because you got to remember, it remains to be seen how difficult the raid is going to be, but it's definitely going to be longer, simply because they added puzzles in there. They added puzzle elements and all this other stuff to make it longer, then you're not going to be able to do speed runs until after like the first attempt to, you know, figure out all the new mechanics and everything. Even still, like, the fastest you can do the OOT is like 30 minutes, I think. So I don't buy what they're saying about the raid taking 3 hours or 90 minutes. I think the raid will be able to be completed once everyone figures out the mechanics. They can speed run it in maybe 40 minutes. That's my prediction. 40 to 50 minutes. What's a good tip for a build? Look at my build videos on my channel. Not only do I break down, you know, how I put the build together, but I also talk about some of the basics and what you should be looking for. Essentially, you want to go through your character's skills and figure out how best they should be played, and then make your build accordingly.
Humanity will be saved.
Like Hawkeye, for instance, he's designed to be, you know, a ranged character. And he has a skill bag of tricks that is great in term, you know, great thing that you can abuse. So if you decide, okay, Hawkeye is best as a ranged character, this bag of tricks is really good. Okay, how can I put together a build that best takes advantage of bag of tricks? And that's where you're going to start looking for gear that helps you put that together. OLT next, indeed. Come on, Monica, put the shield down. The only problem is, will the raid be good? Will the crash triggers? Yeah, my concern, obviously I'm concerned about the perks, but I want to see if it's functional. Because if the raid is long and it's crashing, then that's a problem. Like I said, they should have put Spider-Man on all platforms, so it would be better. But PS5 players kept trolling us. I mean, PS5 players have nothing to do with it. I mean, yeah, we get it. The exclusive wasn't a good idea, but it's done. so, but that's it. we knew it was bad over a year ago when they announced it. We got confirmation that it's not a timed exclusive, so that's the end. Welcome to the marketplace. This is the gaming industry. What did I think of the Spider-Man trailer? I thought it was fine. Solid. Not spectacular, nothing great, but suit looks really good. Voice work, dialogue was solid. Looking forward to seeing some actual gameplay. We are all consumers, so it affects all of us. Well, obviously, but it is what it is. It was bad at the time because when they announced Spider-Man was going to be an exclusive, Xbox and PC players had already pre-ordered. So that was pretty scummy. But it's been over a year. They announced Spider-Man summer 2020. It's winter 2021 now. People have known Spider-Man is exclusive. They have not changed their mind. So at this point, you can either get a PlayStation or just hope that the raid is good and wait for the next character. So yeah, we'll do the raid now. James Davis, raid team assemble. Oh, that's right. He changed his he changed his name, thankfully. Raid time indeed. Well, OLT time. Where's Jav? Oh, I can't find anybody. He's the game ATL now. I believe, unless he changed it again. Yeah, I hope the gear is good. The gear's got to be good, especially everything James was talking about. I feel like it's going to be bad though, or I don't know. It might not be bad, but it might be something to it that makes it bad. Like the Wakanda gear was good, but the lock stats and perks on top of this game's already bad RNG problems made it pretty bad. Chad the one, I got you. No grips of the storm for me. They give me a hive mind. I'm about to say Tachyons. I boo. Boo. Let's see, what should I run? Well, we'll see what everyone runs when they come in. Really wanted to see how the swinging. Yeah, that's what we're all waiting for at this point. The traversal. Are we going to be doing sky swinging? What's going on? Use cap? Ew, never. Nah. If you mess up the currency glitch, do you have to reset the campaign again? Yes, you do. I'd probably stick with Thor. Yeah. Melee Thor. Avengers hater. Look who it is. Melee Thor build crazy. It's pretty fun. You know, like the voice actor. I thought it was fun. Ain't nobody using Kamala? Not at the moment. Who are we waiting for? Who are we waiting for right now? Jav. Yeah, we're waiting for Jav. Yeah, we've been waiting for Jav. What's going on? Okay then. I got you. I'll try Flame. Is there any news on the blog besides Spider-Man? Yeah, they're bringing back the Tachyon Surge that they nerfed. They're rolling it back to what it was, except they're shortening the timer on the buff to 10 seconds instead of 20. Bro, you're very. I swear the same thing, bro. All right. So we got Hawkeye, Widow, and Kate. That should be fine. You thought the voice was terrible? Maybe it was awful dialogue. I don't know. The VAs in this game have had to say some terrible lines. I feel like most of the terrible VA lines have come from Iron Man. I like Kate's. I like her banter. I like Kamala's elevator banter. Just Tony's, when he's, especially in battle, he's had just pure cringe. Just so much cringe. You're still mad how they treat their customers is unacceptable. What, you talk about Spider-Man? Your RNG sucks for Hawkeye, but whenever you play Iron Man, you get good rules. I think that's just the nature of RNG. Spider-Man trailer, you liked it? Can't stand Iron Man battle so bad. Yeah, that's one of the reasons I stopped playing Iron Man. Like after they nerfed him, he just wasn't that good, but it also gave me an excuse to not have to listen to his terrible dialogue. That's why when I play Avengers by myself, I have the sound off, especially if I'm playing Iron Man. It's so cringe. Will Avengers make it past 2023? Depends on how they do in 2022. If they have a disastrous year, probably not. But most likely, I don't think they'll make it through all of 2023. Hope Spidey has good clips. I'm sure it'll be fine. Hopefully. Aqua going at Kyle again. The beef continues. Yeah, I just wish they listened about the Tachyon surge before that last event ended. So that I could have farmed for it. What the heck? I think Kamala's grabbing him, but he's glitched out. Oh. Two people just crashed. Well, one person just who crashed. Looks like Shad crashed. So we got it. We got a 3-man this one. It's like we got a 3-man this one. Oh boy. Kamala glitched out. We lost Kamala. Oh, we can 3-man it. It's fine. Which future character is coming with a new location outpost? I don't know what they're doing with She-Hulk and Winter Soldier, but Captain Marvel is definitely getting an outpost and new locations and new enemies. If only there was this feature. Join in progress. Oh yeah. Tony Bing was just talking about that on Twitter. He was saying how it was so bad that they're launching a raid that might take 3 hours, according to like the latest playtest from Brian the dev. Took him 3 hours trying to finish the elite raid. And Tony pointed out how ridiculous that was with a game that has no join in progress. And it's not going to have join in progress until probably next year. They're working on it, but it should have been in the game at launch, and they still don't have it. Where's Rashad? He and his Kamala disappeared.
They've split up the prisoners. Something about a security breach.
Let's get this cell open. Whatever Monica
Spider-Man iconic suit is just a mobile game Spider-Man. I mean, I don't get that at all. The mobile games have really good skins, and I thought the iconic Marvel, I thought the iconic Spider-Man suit looked good.
There they are. You'll need to destroy the locking mechanisms to open the
To each their own. And last one. God, I hate these freaking adaptoids. Die. All right, next part. I don't think anyone uses the iconic suits anymore because they have MCU fits, but I don't know. The Spider-Man iconic suit is good, but you know people are going to abandon it as soon as they get that Iron Spider-Man MCU suit. It's like James is down. Get up, James.
Back on your feet.
Get down here. Oh, all these suicide bombers targeting me. Go away. You said MCU Iron Spider suit is bad. I think you just have, I don't think it, now I see what's going on. I think you just have really weird taste compared to most people. I don't think it's the suits themselves. I think you just have very different tastes from most people. The Iron Spider suit is fire. Is he inside the map? Where is he?
I've updated your HUD with the location of a large AIM mech nearby. Head there immediately.
You hate it for clout. It is true. A lot of people do hate on this game for clout. But at the same time, this game gives people a ton of reasons to hate on it.
Large AIM mech ahead. I shall give what instruction I can.
Iron Spider. Speaking of hating for clout, it's Avengers hater with another hot take. You haven't spent any money on the game? I respect it. Cautious with your money. My cosmic surge is not working properly. I see it triggering, but my health isn't going up. Hold up. Freaking suicide bomber. Oh wait, I'll adjust it when I get in the elevator. I hate if a lot of people agree with you. I don't think a lot of people agree with you. I see the comments. I see the subreddit. People are like, "Oh yeah, I want this MCU suit. I want this MCU suit." When they're talking about Spider-Man, a lot of them say they want the Iron Spidey. Hawkeye's down. Ah, the good old stun locks. I miss those. Constantly running out of time. Hold on. All right, here we go. Target the eye. Think the MCU Spidey is atrocious? Hard disagree. He has some excellent comic suits for sure. Comic wise, I'm hoping for a symbiote and 2099. But I like the Stark suit a lot. The first Stark, that first Stark suit from Homecoming. I thought that was a really good suit. I would definitely cop that. Any ideas on what heroics he'll have? Yeah. He'll have heroics where he shoots webs at enemies. Probably a heroic that increases. He'll probably have something that increases his damage. Probably something that gives him some healing. But we'll definitely be shooting some webs. You want the Night Monkey? I would cop the Night Monkey. If they rolled out Night Monkey. That's a good one. For the meme. This vent hasn't been destroyed yet.
We got it down. You're still going through with this?
We have to destroy Monica's bridge for both sides. Transfer weapon in one timeline before it causes anyone damage.
No. You beat us with it. I knew you were gonna say that.
GG.
Another wave's coming. Let's find cover.
Right away.
Get inside!
Would Ant-Man's heroic be Giant Man? Possibly. Let's see what's going on with this. I gotta replace it. Insomniac spider suit is better than all Spidey suits in your opinion? That's definitely a hot take. I could not I could not disagree more, but to each their own. That's the beauty of it. When it comes to art, everybody has their own particular taste.
God. Oh, this does not feel good at all.
Let's see, where is it?
The movies have lied to me about time travel, and I am not happy about
Here we go.
The tachyon storms have only gotten worse. The last one jumped us ahead somehow.
Well, look, timelines are in flux. Destroying the bridge should stabilize it.
Kinda sounds like you're guessing, dude.
Well, I haven't exactly done this before. I call this a target-rich environment.
And then I'll just put the reactive buff on. That'll do.
Gather round! Wanna see a trick? Wait till you see this!
Get rid of these turrets. Door smash. Don't run. Where'd all the enemies go? There you go. Get him out of there. Another one. Game tester, missed your reaction? Oh yeah. I mean, it wasn't a crazy reaction like when Insomniac showed off Venom and Wolverine. It was like, oh, Spider-Man, cool. Solid trailer. If I had to choose between Rami's suit or Amazing suit for the game, I would choose Rami's suit 1 week, and then I'll release the Amazing suit the next week because I like money. If I were in, you know, this position to put them in the game. Rami suit is the best one. Remember when Insomniac did the Rami suit and a bunch of toxic Spider-Man fans lost their minds? Good times. All right, 3, 2, 4, 5.
Not exactly a yes, but I'll take it.
And 5. Yeah, I took the official vote. Most of the chat thought the trailer was fire. All right, one person needs to stay in the middle.
You've delayed the security protocols, but the system is adapting. Stay near the bridge while I attempt an override.
Dr. Pym, status?
Working on it.
That attack is so annoying. Looked a little sluggish. Feel like the gameplay will be fire. Am I invisible to everybody? Did everyone glitch out? My perks are definitely not working. Let's see, 4-1. Five and 2.
Damn it, AIM's still in control of the bridge. We need to hurry.
I'm trying. Defend the bridge.
On it! This is beyond your understanding. I won't let you get in my way.
Yeah, I wasn't asking permission. Your experiments are destroying now.
All worth it. We've seen it all.
Want to see a trick?
All right, I'll stay in the middle. Had to run with no time and no health loss. Yeah, I mean, they should just take the health loss thing off. It's such a bad mechanic. The whole thing is a really bad mechanic. Overshields, health drain. Just kind of lazy. Hopefully they don't recycle the Tachyon surge stuff for the raid. That would be pretty bad. Last one, 2. You ask Kyle, you ask the person being accused, and he investigated himself. and determine that there was no wrongdoing. Seems legit. Would you guys want them to hold Spider-Man for another week just to fix the swinging? I mean, we literally don't know what the swinging is going to be like. We've never seen it. If there's a problem with the swinging, then, I mean, there's nothing they can do. It is what it is at this point. That's not something they can fix in a timely manner. And they have to release Spider-Man this year, or Sony will be quite litigious. Vibranium Thor, GG. The power of melee Thor. Thanks, definitely rusty as hell. It shows. it definitely showed. All good, my friend. You don't need to be in game shape when you have a Thor. Tachyon how? Ooh, precision and valor. It's good for my range version. Omega battle. Hard pass. Omega binding. Yeah. $20 dislikes. Who did I upset now? It's probably all from you and your burner accounts. All right, do the Mega Hive to wrap this up. Who wants on the strike team? But 20 dislikes to what? 331 likes. That's a pretty good ratio. Why does this game keep doing this? Can't be my controller. I think I'll do the Mega Hive now. Aqua. Appreciate you, Flame. God sent. All right. Rec Legends. Yeah, anyone that wants to play, you gotta be quick and you gotta tell me your PSN. Trying to see if I can get people I didn't get before. I don't see you here, sir. Incredible Harry, my man. Wait, where's your PSN, Harry? Yeah, Harry's hawking here. I'll show Harry that my hawk is superior. Harry got real tilted on the last podcast with Doom. He was like, "You don't think I'm the best Hawk main in Marvel's Avengers? What?" This man was furious. Damien, don't see you. Jay Bronze, don't see you. Fanatic Atlas, don't see you. I get some new requests. Oh. Make sure you're online and have already added me on PlayStation. Oh, just filled up. I don't think you added me, Fanatic, so just make sure you add me on PlayStation. You didn't know people were... Why? Winter Soldier's a good character. People like Winter Soldier. No big deal. All right, time to show Harry who has the superior Hawk. What's the quickest way to level up heroes? Check out my beginner's guide on Marvel's Avengers. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick to link you in the chat. Show you the best farm locations and strategies.
This will be a rewarding but grueling mission. All our efforts against AIM have led us to this.
There you go.
Our best chance for success will be to have Avengers ready.
Beginner's Guide to Marvel's Avengers. How to level up fast. Could I ask them on specific buff to melee since I got the juice? I don't have that much juice. You mean you want to know what specifically they're going to do to melee? when they improve it. I think Alex said that they're going to make it so that all your melee attacks do status damage instead of having the status effect only kick in on the combo finishers. All of your hits are going to do status. Just like with the range attacks. That's one of the changes that they're going to be making for melee. What skin would I buy from the marketplace for Spidey? All sorts. Symbiote, Iron Spider, $20.99. Brr. Smash. Yeah, let me go back to the Sonic. War Machine and She-Hulk. I don't think that many people are excited about War Machine and She-Hulk. Well, there are people that like War Machine. Not that many people thrilled about She-Hulk, but that's who Crystal Dynamics chose. That's your favorite Hulk skin? Think the symbiote will be the challenge card? Yo, that melee change is going to be sick. Full melee is OP in the right hands. Yeah, that's going to be a much appreciated change to melee. Because I'm definitely tired of having to do combo finishers for melee in order to get my stuff off. The only character that works on are Thor and Hulk. Makes no sense to complain about Crystal's choices as far as heroes at it. Why? What's wrong with not liking their hero choices? I think it's a perfectly valid criticism. Especially if you look at the 2022 lineup. Like, okay, this is a game that needs to be able to bring in new players. I don't think She-Hulk is going to bring in a ton of players. Unless her show is just a massive hit. You clearly don't. Bruh. No one reads comics anymore. Like, what are you talking about? The reason why Marvel is the biggest IP in the world is because of the MCU. No one cares about old She-Hulk comics, bro. They should honestly add Doctor Strange. They should. You telling me You telling me if Marvel's Avengers had a hero lineup similar to what Future Revolution has, they wouldn't get more, they wouldn't have more people interested? Like, come on, bro. Grim Shinobi, thank you for the sub. Welcome to Durag Gang.
One of their agents is down. Another agent down. Well done. That squad member has been neutralized. Another enemy defeated. Got them in my sight.
Yes, we know you're a nerd, James. Yes, we know that people still read comics, but if you look at the sales, many people don't read comics. Definitely don't buy them. The MCU is what's carrying Marvel right now. Demon Slayer is single-handedly outselling the entire American comic book industry. She-Hulk may have a niche fan base in the comic world, but that's nothing compared to if her show becomes a hit. If her show becomes a hit, there are going to be way more people that are She-Hulk fans from Disney Plus than from reading her comics back in the day. That's just what it's going to be. Sad but true. We prefer comic experts. Just because you read comics don't make you an expert. So I don't like that blanket statement. That's why I prefer nerds. Because Demon Slayer is top tier quality reading. Facts. You just said no one reads comics. Yeah, which that's what it's called. That's what it's called in the English language, hyperbole. Also known as exaggeration or effect. There are people who exist who read comic books, but practically speaking, comic book readership has massively declined, as well as sales. Yeah, Bucky has a popular MCU following. Crystal Dynamics, I'm assuming, is gambling that Miss Marvel and She-Hulk are going to have really successful shows along with Kate Bishop, and that's going to bring in new MCU fans. Am I trying to test your comic gangster? Yes, I am. But that's kind of pointless though, because you can literally just Google whatever answer to when I give you, if I give you a question, you can literally just Google it. Do I have room for the next one? Sure do. Well, I can create room. Like how everyone's an expert on Eternals. Are they? I feel like the consensus with Eternals was that even the people who knew who they were from the comics barely knew who they were or cared. Are there people actually trying to call themselves experts in Eternals? Because that is a weird flex. Speaking of MCU, where your new Thor cosmetics. Apparently Hawkeye's getting something soon, but they just continuously disrespect Thor. You're a comic fan, couldn't care less about Eternal. Yeah, like even like what happens with a lot of MCU projects is that if there's some obscure character like Agatha that gets some shine in the MCU, you'll have a bunch of people pop up that just, you know, Googled and looked at her wiki that claim they're experts. I haven't seen anyone really clamoring for Eternals recognition. Like when they announced Eternals, the consensus seemed to be who cares, and then after Eternals came out, the consensus still seems to be who cares. Even if you read their comic book lore, it's like, okay. Decide to disrespect Hawk with the 8 body. That is true. You didn't get the gear piece. So there is justice in this world. They had Silver Surfer. It'll definitely bring in players. I'm sure it would. The post-credit scenes, all of a sudden everyone knows who Star Fox is. I mean, he literally said who he was in the trailer, in the scene. So yeah, people know who he is because he introduced himself. Honestly, most of the people in the theater were just like indifferent, but there was this one girl who was screaming, but when she saw Star Fox, but I'm pretty sure she was screaming because she's a One Direction fan and not a Star Fox fan. Eternals comics always plummeted, so pretty reasonable. Yeah, that is true. They did not sell very well. The Eternals in the comics much better than their MCU counterparts. Are they though? Are they? I was looking into the Eternals and their comic book counterparts just sound bland and uninteresting.
If you can gain control of AIM's network temporarily, I can infiltrate their security system. Head for the terminal so I can get you inside the lab.
Yeah, girls in your movie scream as well. Yeah, at first I was like, wait, why are they screaming? I'm like, why is this girl screaming? Am I missing something? It can't be because of Patton Oswalt. And then I was like, oh, right. One Direction. Of course.
AIM will attempt to initiate a shutdown protocol if they gain access to the terminal. You cannot let them.
What? Star Fox was Star Fox a sexual predator in the comics? I have no idea. I haven't read his comic. Imagine we got Strange, Carol, WandaVision, Shang-Chi, and Spidey. Agree, except for Shang-Chi. No one cares. Shang-Chi literally just got on. Like, no. Daredevil, yeah, sure. I can see that. Hell, even Iron Fist. But Shang-Chi, nah, come on now. Let's not pretend that Shang-Chi was popping before his movie came out. When people were talking about DLCs they wanted in Marvel's Avengers, Nobody was talking about Shang-Chi. They were like, oh, they just announced Spider-Man. I hope we get Wanda or Storm or Wolverine or Daredevil or Doctor Strange or the Fantastic Four or Deadpool. Nobody was like, yo, man, no, we really forget Wanda, forget Vision. We need Shang-Chi. Like, the fuck out of here. Stop the cap. You definitely tried to slip Shang-Chi at the end there too. Like we weren't going to notice. Blade, yeah. Dog shit. Get out of here. Anybody trying to hear that? After his movie would have been the perfect time to release Shang-Chi. Yeah, but that would have required them to have started working on Shang-Chi during initial production.
You're not finished yet.
10 rings plasma build. Do one more and then we'll switch out. Get some new people in. What I think about Blade and Morbius. Morbius looks fine. The Blade movie I'm nervous about because they're giving them that PG-13 instead of that R. So I'm already hella skeptical. PG-13 Blade couldn't be me.
Careful out there. We're all counting on you.
You were disappointed the 10 rings in Eternals wasn't related to 10 rings in Shang-Chi. Yeah, that was another problem with Eternals. Like I thought that too in theater. I'm like, oh, that would be cool if they connected them. But then I'm like, oh wait, they're not going to do that because it didn't feel like a Marvel movie a lot of times. Like it was like they were going out of their way to not connect them to the greater MCU. Like the only thing they did was say, oh yeah, Captain Rogers, and hey, you should join the Avengers. I mean, that was pretty much it. You want Magneto? Maybe Insomniac will bring in Magneto in their Wolverine game, or if they do an X-Men game. Does anyone think he'll be a teen? I don't know. The voice is hard to tell by the voice. If I had to guess, I'd say he'd probably be in his early 20s. You think he's a teen? I mean, I listened to his voice. He sounds like he could be anywhere from 18 to 25. It's a voice. A grown man's voice playing Spider-Man. It's not an old man, but it's vaguely youthful. When Makari was fighting Icarus, you thought that was how Superman Flash would look like? Yeah, yeah, it could be something like that. That'd be cool. Yeah, I know some people didn't like it for some reason, but I thought their portrayal of super speed in Eternals was fire.
Everything at you to keep their servers intact. Destroy them all.
Sound like he just started college. I mean, you can start college at any age.
Server has been destroyed. The server is down. Well done.
He's normally 19 and 25 anyway. Pretty much. Eternals could have been a really great movie if they had definitely cut the cast down, but I think it would have been a great Disney Plus show. Potentially.
AIM server bank is down.
It really just did not work with that many characters. He's probably 3 or 4 years in this Spider-Man.
I heard you turned the Chimera into a giant nest of sorts.
Yeah, based on the description of his story, it doesn't sound like he's a veteran. But he definitely has some experience. Your PS name is Mr. Cleans. Gotcha. Going into Eternals, I assumed it was terrible. I left pleasantly surprised. Are we getting a Guardians? Do we think we're getting a Guardians Avengers crossover? Not at all. Car is your favorite. Actress is beautiful. I see no lies there.
These enemies must be defeated.
Problem is they changed them. There are a lot of problems with Eternals. I don't think their anatomy was one of them. They had a lot of interesting ideas, but no real time to explore them because of how big the cast was. And then they had cast members that really didn't need to be there. Like Kingo, they could have cut him and it literally would have done nothing. The only thing they would have sacrificed with Kingo is his sidekick, who was the only funny thing in the entire movie. But Kingo himself literally could have done without him. He added nothing to the actual story. What type of build you making for Spider-Man? I have to know what his moves are. I don't know what any of his skills are. I don't know any of his heroics. When I find out, I'll let you know. No X gene. Yeah, I don't know how they're going to introduce the X-Men, but I feel like it's going to be weird.
Every member of the elite team must be defeated.
And woke. Making a web shooter build.
Well done. That squad member has been neutralized. Another enemy defeated. The team are no longer a threat.
I'm probably going to make a Sonic and Vibranium build, so I can throw them into the raid. and figure out the rest of his gear later. You heard that the hero event will just be some documents, story missions with Spidey, and yeah, I don't know what the missions themselves are going to be, but yeah, it's essentially that they're going to use documents to tell the story. There's going to be objectives, and there's going to be some cutscenes. It's definitely going to be more like an iconic mission chain than, you know, a DLC. The typical DLC you've gotten. Definitely not going to be an operate. They explained on the blog the difference between the event and the operation. It basically sounds like it's going to be an iconic mission. An iconic mission chain combined with the Red Room takeover. 100K for shot with webs.
These enemies must be defeated.
So now, am I hyped for the X people? You know it. I, for one, am so moved that Marvel truly hears us. I was just saying, you know what? I love the characters, but it's about time that Marvel embraces diversity and inclusion by removing men from the X-Men. It's about time. I'm looking forward to the MCU version. I'm looking forward to the MCU version of Wolverine, who's probably going to be is going to be Asian, female, and in a wheelchair somehow. They're going to introduce Cyclops, but Cyclops is going to be trans. They're going to reimagine Magneto as a Donald Trump supporter and a member of the Proud Boys from America. Instead of his Holocaust backstory, he's going to be young. He's going to be a young Republican Trump supporter.
Every member of the elite team must be defeated.
Beast's going to be an animal. That Beast is going to be a furry.
One of their agents is down.
Magneto will be a strong black woman.
Well done. That squad member has been neutralized. Another enemy defeated.
Well, I know I can say that I'm almost certain that if they do introduce Wolverine into the MCU, Wolverine is going to be a woman. Because they already did that in the comics. And that's the direction the woke MCU has been doing with their characters. So Wolverine is going to be introduced as X-23 or Laura instead of Logan. Trust me. That I feel like that's a no-brainer. Looks like Xavier, if he makes it in there, it's going to be Xavier, but he'll probably, but his power will definitely be understated because, you know, can't have him be too powerful. He is a white male. You'll mind Laura as long as it's not literal female Logan. No, it's going to be Laura, and she's going to be Wolverine, and there's going to be no mention of Logan anywhere. It's just going to be Wolverine. All X-Men characters will actually now be women and called X-Women. I feel like they're going to do. I feel like the Mutants is what they're going to go with. They're not going to be X-Men. They're just going to be the Mutants, and they're going to join. Maybe they'll join Shield. Some of them will join the Avengers. They'll just be the Mutants. No X-Men. I feel it coming on. The fearful females. You know they definitely want to make an all-female one just so they can have them all pose at the same time like they did in Endgame. Have all the ladies land in the same spot and pose like, yeah, feminism. Yeah, I don't know how diverse they can get after Eternals. they checked all the boxes. Why are you inviting me to your game? And just join this one. Hey, it's Lejeune. What do you do, my friend? I see you've calmed down a bit from your Spider-Man hype. How you feel, my friend? I didn't see your reaction to the trailer, but I'm assuming it was a positive one. Let's see. I'll do Cap. Why not? X-Men are already diverse. It would be dumb to make it more woke. They might be diverse for, you know, the old days, but this is a new era. They are not diverse at all by today's standards. The two leaders of the X, first of all, they're called X-Men, which is unacceptable. Secondly, both of their leaders, Xavier and Cyclops, are straight white men, which is doubly unacceptable. So they are not diverse enough, my friend. Not by a long shot. No, it's every time they took down enemies, they got webbed up automatically. It'd be interesting if that mechanic ended up in the game, but I think that was just for the trailer. But Charles in a wheelchair? That is true. That's 1 point in their favor. But he is a straight white male, regardless.
Be careful out there. We're all counting on you.
It's only diverse if he's in a wheelchair and a POC. Otherwise, it doesn't. Otherwise, it doesn't count.
Sometimes I even impress myself.
Stop saying white. What do you mean? Stop saying white like what? That's how it's pronounced. White. That's how you pronounce it when you're talking about a white male. Her name will be Charlie Xavier. There you go. Well, I got the perfect actor to play Xavier. Zazie Beetz from Deadpool. Perfect. Beautiful black woman with an afro. Perfect way to reinvent Professor X. And we get an excuse to have Zazie Beetz in another movie, another Marvel movie. That's how you say it on the East Coast, bro. You say white on the East Coast. Make it Morgan Freeman. Nah, he's old. He old. He too old. You need somebody fresh, someone new, youthful. Charlie Xavier is trans. That'll work. Ryan Reynolds' Deadpool is in the MCU, safely speaking, which means the X-Men and Logan are dead. But then, who can follow that timeline anyway? That Fox X-Men timeline was so convoluted by the end. Who knows who's alive and dead? Kevin Hart will be Cyclops. There we go. Now that's some diversity. And he bring some comic relief to the role. If they're going to have a white character that's prominent in the X-Men, it has to be female. So like maybe bring in Rogue. Rogue can still be white. Oh, if you're going to have Kevin Hart in the movie, then you can have Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson come in, since they have some good chemistry together. Kevin Hart is Cyclops, and Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson plays Colossus. Perfect. Instead of Colossus being Russian, he's The Rock. So The Rock can be Gene. Rogue can't be sexy? Oh, of course. Rogue has to be a body positive goth. instead of being Cajun because, you know, people from the South are racist. Rogue instead can be from like Connecticut. She's in college studying women's studies at Salem. Nightcrawler's from Iraq.
Okay, I mean he wasn't green, but they have the same vocabulary.
Oh god. Amber Heard can play Jubilee. Yeah, Amber Heard's going to be Jubilee. No, Rogue can be white. She just has to be. Yes, she just has to weigh 200 pounds and constantly lecture the other members of the team about the patriarchy. Amber Heard be Laura. Amber Heard is Laura. Oh no. You can't have Amber Heard and Johnny Depp in the same movie. It can't work. She can be white, but she has to be acted by Tobey Maguire. I think Tobey can pull it off. The only show that had wokeness that worked in the MCU was Falcon and Winter Soldier. I don't think it worked. I think it worked around it, but Loki had wokeness, a lot of it, and I think it worked a lot better than Winter Soldier did, because it was a better show, in my opinion, and their wokeness was more subtle. They didn't literally have Loki giving speeches about "do better, Senator." Winter Soldier was just goof. That show was just goofy. Do better, Senator. Like what? I don't know. I was like, bro, did y'all run out of time on the script? Like, what the hell? You couldn't think of anything else to say in that situation? Writer's room? Do better. Okay. Such as, I don't know, you figure it out. I'm just a superhero. I don't know anything. Yeah, Zemo dancing was one of the highlights of the entire show. It's weird because Zemo was such a unimpressive villain in Civil War, but then they brought him back in Falcon and Winter Soldier, like he was just awesome. And then they actually made him a lot more interesting. Falcon and Winter Soldier was a Saturday cartoon. Yeah, it definitely felt like parts of it definitely felt like those old cartoon specials that used to come on, those Saturday morning specials where they wanted to teach you a lesson while entertaining you. Kids, racism's bad. Now let Falcon explain why racism is bad. Do better, Senator. In the future, will the MCU introduce an alternate version of Nat that's not a redhead? I don't know. I don't know about that. I mean, if they wanted to do that, they could just make Yelena take Widow's spot in the Avengers, but I heard a rumor that they're casting this other actress to replace Scarlett Johansson as Natasha. Like they're potentially thinking of doing like a alternate Earth, what if type of deal for Black Widow in the MCU. Loki was good, wasn't the greatest. Definitely far from nothing really in the MCU is anything I call the greatest. But yeah, out of all the shows, I think Loki was the best one. They all had their problems, but I felt Loki worked the best. Falcon and Winter Soldier was just too goofy, and the villains that they had just didn't work. It wasn't it. Watch America Chavez be introduced as a man hater. She's gonna be OP in the worst way. I can believe it. Heard about that as well. Basically what they did with Gamora, with another actors. Yeah. Honestly, after Spider-Man No Way Home, I think you're done watching MCU. But after No Way Home, you're just gonna quit before Multiverse of Madness. Couldn't be me. Literally the only MCU projects I'm looking forward to are No Way Home and Multiverse of Madness. Quantumania, I'm intrigued by just because of Kang. But everything else, and maybe Guardians of the Galaxy because they're bringing in Warlock, but I don't know. I'm with you on, being iffy about the MCU, but yeah, I'm definitely not going to ignore Multiverse of Madness. You asked Hyrule to buy you a PS5. He left the tweet and left you on read. I mean, yeah. What would you expect? Hyruler's not rich. He's not going to be going around buying PS5s. Better ask Mr. Beast. Or Super Rebel. Thor Love and Thunder, that's probably going to be trash. That's probably, yeah. I have no faith in Thor Love and Thunder. Yeah, my problem is I generally like the Guardians of the Galaxy movies, but after playing the Guardians of the Galaxy game, the movies are just bad in comparison now. So I can't even be that excited for Guardians 3. You're rich, you'll buy a PS5. Don't give this man's hopes up. You can't quit yet. Blade movie. I mean, both of those could be bad. Blade is PG-13, and I mean, Fantastic Four. We don't even have the casting yet, but we already there are rumors that they're going to go in a more diverse direction. Jane Foster would be the best Thor to ever grace anything. The The Guardian game story definitely puts the movie to shame. Yeah, that's why I'm just like, I don't know. Like normally I'd be into Guardians, but yeah, after playing the game, I don't know now. Yeah, Mr. Clean is just going to be giving out PS5s in the chat. Thank you for the sub, Isaiah. Welcome to Do Rag Gang. Michael B. Jordan back as Human Torch. Oh no. No, I think they're gonna wipe the slate clean. No, I think they're gonna make Mr. Fantastic black or not white, but I don't know about Human Torch. Definitely don't think they're gonna bring back Michael B. Jordan because one, I don't think they want anyone to remember that disaster of a movie, and two, Michael B. Jordan already had an MC role as Killmonger. I think if they're going to bring back Michael B. Jordan, it would be as Killmonger somehow. Whatever they do with X people will decide your fate with the MCU. If it's trash, you're done. They won't do Human Torch. Will be offensive to burn victims. You love Wesley Snipes' Blade. Whoever takes on a role has to do a lot. It's Mahershala Ali, who is a better actor than Wesley Snipes. But Wesley Snipes was amazing as Blade. My concern is more so the fact that it's not R-rated. That in the MCU has been pretty not great lately. What about Deadpool when he joins the MCU? Oh yeah, I forgot about Deadpool. I don't even count it as part of the MCU because they're letting Ryan Reynolds mostly do his own thing. They're giving him his R rating. Only thing he had to do was replace his writers. But it's Deadpool is kind of his own thing. Killmonger variant. Taking the Black Panther mantle. Yeah, something like that. Especially if they have to end up replacing Letitia Wright. What do you mean it can't be R-rated? It can be R-rated. They just decided not to make Blade R-rated. You just don't care about any of those projects? Yeah, those projects could be bad. What's going on, Tariq? They've been having problems with Letitia Wright. I don't know if you've seen her social media activity. but she's been ruffling some feathers at Disney. They also just had to shut down production because she got hurt again. Apparently she had another injury before, but people are also speculating that it might not be an injury at all, and that saying it's an injury is just a cover-up. So I don't know. It sounds like they're regretting their decision to make Letitia Wright the new Black Panther, which I'm assuming was their plan. I wouldn't be surprised if Black Panther got a couple more delays. Yeah, it's probably according to some people, it's more so the vax status than the injury status. Said, am I voicing Spider-Man? No, I'm voicing Doctor Doom. But that DLC's not dropped until next year. Do I think they'll recast T'Challa? No, I don't think they're going to recast T'Challa. I think they'll just pass the mantle on. Doctor Doom is officially repping the Do-Rag Gang. That's right. Think they should just cancel Black Panther too? I mean, they might. I don't think they're going to cancel it because they've obviously by now spent a ridiculous amount of money, but definitely doesn't sound like it's going according to plan. You think you want Michael B. Jordan? So you want them to use the variant storyline to bring in an alternate Killmonger to beat T'Challa? What's the best mission to farm vibranium and sonic gear? Here Comes the Pain is currently the best sonic and vibranium farm.
If you can gain control of AIM's network temporarily, I can infiltrate their security system.
Killmonger is dead. Haven't you been paying attention? Death means nothing in the MCU. We have a multiverse. We have variants. Killmonger is dead in the timeline that we are familiar with. But Sylvie broke the timeline. So we don't know what's going on.
AIM's network is equipped with a multi-point authentication system. I need access to multiple terminals. The more the better.
Do I think the buildings in the world of Avengers should be much taller? Not at all. I think the game should have been made with a different engine, and I think it should have been a next-gen exclusive so that there's no flight ceiling. That's so at least one that's so short. Among other things. Always keep it 100. Keep up the good work. Appreciate you, X Remix. We get a Secret Wars Avengers film. You're all up for anyone showing up from What If? I believe we are. I don't know if it's going to be a film, but I definitely hear they're working on Secret Wars. It could be a film or a show, or they'll have it pop up in both. How would Spider-Man be flying through the air? He won't be. He can't fly. He's web swinging. A dev confirmed Spider-Man's age. Which dev and where? Spiders fly. Flying insects are very creepy. You think you're going to be swinging from the ground and you're going to be reaching the same height as Thor and Iron Man when they're flying? Good luck with that one.
Head for the location on your HUD. Look for a chest with gear nearby.
Pray the game does better next year. Indeed, prayers up for Marvel's Avengers. Here's hoping they survive next year and don't get cut by Square Enix due to low sales.
These enemies must be defeated.
They're going to have muscular female Thor for Love and Thunder. I mean, yeah, you can't have Thor without muscles. That wouldn't make sense. Have you found a Sonic gear for Kate? Yeah, I have a Sonic and Vibranium Kate build. It's just RNG, man. If you got it, it's very boring. That's why I usually listen to a podcast or something while I'm farming, but eventually the gear will drop. If you're doing the right farm, it shouldn't take that long, relatively speaking. Yeah, right now I have a Sonic Scattershot Kate. I'm using targeted spark instead of targeted buff because the targeted buff piece I got doesn't have precision, which pissed me off. So I've been using targeted spark instead. I'm probably not going to play Kate in a raid, but just in case I wanted to, I picked her up some Sonic and Vibranium gear. How do you get all the way over there? You need to know what to look for. Pretty straightforward. Scattershot does Sonic. Whatever buff, whatever other top perk you're looking for. My preferences for range characters are either targeted spark or targeted buff. That's up to you. I always make sure I have a buff somewhere else on the piece.
You're not finished yet.
But yeah, targeted buff or targeted spark. Try to get Scattershot. It's boring, but it drops eventually. Yeah, I have targeted buff, but I didn't like the drop, so right now I'm rocking a targeted empowerment. but I have a reactive buff piece that I can use right here. That way I get the targeted spark and I get the damage buff. Reactive and vulnerability. No, I have not seen that gear perk. Yes, sir. All right, guys, I'm gonna wrap up today's stream. Thank you guys for hanging out once again. I'll be back tomorrow for the developer stream. Definitely stop by. They're going to be showing off some Spider-Man skins, and I have a special announcement for you guys. Nice game today. Same to you. All right, Aqua. Appreciate you guys. The dev stream starts at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's 2 p.m. PT. Should be interesting. They're also supposed to be talking about the raid, so definitely looking forward to if the gear is going to be good. Special announcement. Yeah, it's not crazy. It's more like a challenge / gift to you guys, but yeah, it's going to be something. You'll see. All right, I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'm Stott the Gamer, signing out.